Section 5 of creating a contractor ergonomics program to reduce soft tissue injuries among construction workers focuses on common work practices that can lead to injuries and the good work practices your company can use to prevent them. Photos and work practices included in this section are from the Best Built Plans Worker Training Program for apprentices and other workers. In addition to providing more information on the risks and injury prevention, the worker training program covers basic ergonomics information and lifting technique and includes a hands-on module, computer and app-based training components, and a refresher module for workers who have received the basic training. Each worker who participates in the training learns how to plan lifts, proper body mechanics, and how to communicate about these safe practices with their supervisor and coworkers. It's important that all employees be able to recognize ergonomic hazards so they can plan for solutions. The worker training program should be provided not only to workers and foremen, but also to project managers, estimators, and other staff so all are aware of the ergonomic hazards and solutions. The worker training program and the complete contractor program are free and available on the Best Built Plans website in the section called I'm a Trainer. Both are part of the Best Built Plans program, which includes resources to help you plan and train for safe materials handling at each phase of your construction to reduce the risk for soft tissue injuries. To prevent injuries, it is critical to train workers who manually handle materials on proper body mechanics and best practices, including lifting no more than 50 pounds without lifting equipment or help from a coworker, carrying heavy objects no more than 100 feet, and keeping objects weighing more than 25 pounds at your waist height. The photos on this slide show good lifting practices. These are photos from the worker training program I just mentioned, and the lifting practices are included in both the presentation and the hands-on portions of the program. The left photo is a two-person lift of two 10-foot pipes, although team lifts can be done with any large, bulky, or heavy material. The right photo series shows the steps for lifting a small heavy object by rolling it up to the waist before standing up. Through proper lift training, you can reduce injuries as long as the weight of the object is reasonable for a worker to lift. The human body has limits, and it will break down over time if too much is expected from the individual's body. The costs of these injuries can be quite high. Awkward postures are another hazard. It's important to teach your employees about these risks and provide them with equipment such as a cart or stand to assemble materials that they can use to raise the work up and avoid working at floor level or on the ground. On this slide, under yes, for example, a jig or pipe stand on a tripod is being used so the worker can work at waist level. Different trades would need to consider other equipment options suitable for their tasks. More examples of equipment to raise materials up to waist level can be found in the Best Built Plans Contractor Planning Tool resources. You can scan the QR code to retrieve these resources. Another hazard as awkward posture is reaching up overhead to perform a task. This posture puts extra strain on workers' shoulders and low back. If your employees are required to perform work overhead, they should be provided with a device such as a lift or ladder to raise them up, and the equipment should be positioned so the work is at or near the worker's head height. The no photo shows a worker reaching overhead. The shoulder angle is greater than 90 degrees. The photos next to yes shows a worker using a taller ladder and a worker using a scissors lift to get closer to the work. Tools with longer handles or extension can also reduce overhead reaching. Other ergonomic hazards include contact stress and vibration. There are new ergonomically designed tools with lightweight batteries, cushioned handles, or additional handles for better leverage, and internal damping for vibration that can reduce exposures. Budgeting at the bid stage for these tools will improve your ergonomics program. The Best Built Plans program discussed in Section 6, as well as the Choose Hand Safety website, include more examples of tools and equipment that can be used to reduce the ergonomic risks associated with these hazards. Construction workers also suffer from physical stress and fatigue, which impacts their productivity during work. This slide shows two spaghetti chart examples. The first uses a blue line to show a poorly planned work layout. This one requires additional effort, putting the worker at an increased risk for injury. The second one under yes is an example of a good work layout. As shown by the green line, this layout reduces the need for wasted motion and pathways are clear, thereby reducing the risk for injury. Ergonomics is focused on reducing hazards and excess physical demands on workers. One common description is to make the demands of the job fit within the worker's abilities, because excess demands will tear their bodies down over time. Limiting extra motions will help reduce physical demands. The goal should be to work smarter, not harder, to get the job done. This ends Section 5, which introduced best work practices to prevent soft tissue injuries. Section 6 discusses the steps to follow to make sure that your plan to reduce these injuries is being implemented, improving safety on your job sites, and becoming formalized throughout your company. It also introduces free planning and training resources available through the Best Built Plans program.